Chapter 2 Biological Classification. This is video number 4. In this video we'll be talking about phylum fungi. But students, before we talk about phylum fungi, in this video I will be telling you about types of fungal spores. There are many different types of fungal spores, and according to these spores the phylum fungi is being divided into different classes. So today in this video we'll be only studying about the different types of fungal spore, and tomorrow then I will be giving you the video of phylum fungi. Now the very first type of spore in fungus is zoospore. Zoospores are motile spores. Now because they are motile, they will be having nearly 1 or 2 flagellas. These spores are naked, they are not covered with any thick covering, and such type of spores are known as zoospores. You can see over here I have tried to show you with the help of diagram. It is having 2 flagella and this spore is having 1 flagella. So zoospores are motile spores, naked spores, and they have flagella, 1 or 2 flagella. Then we come up to the next one, that is sporangiospores. Sporangiospores are non-flagellate children. They do not have flagella, and therefore they are not motile. They develop inside a sporangium. You have studied in class 10 that bread mold or rhizophus is an example of sporangiospore, and now because they do not have flagella, they are light and they are dispersed by air currents, and therefore they are also produced in large number. So you can see this is the sporangia, and inside the sporangia is present the spores. Then comes the third type, that is chlamydospores. These chlamydospores are thick walled. They are perinating, that means everlasting spores. It develops along the hyphae. Now you can see this is the hyphae. Now along the hyphae, in between the hyphae, the protoplasm gets accumulated and it is covered by a thick wall, and it forms a spore. So this type of spore is known as chlamydospores. Now the fourth type of spore is oidia. Now these spores, they are formed under conditions of excess of water. See children, it's not always that spores are formed at whenever there is unfavorable condition. So even if there is excess water, excess sugar, excess salt, then this type of spores are formed. Now this is the hyphae. These hyphal cells, these cells of the hyphae, they round off and they start acting as spores, and whenever they have to multiply, they multiply by the process of budding. So this is known as oidia. Then we come to next is conidia. Children, the conidian spores are also non-motile. They are exogenous. Exogenous means they are not present inside anything. They are not covered by any structure, and they are formed on special hyphae known as conidiophore. They produces these spores known as conidia. Next is ascospore. Ascospores, these are meiotic spores, that means they are haploid children, and they are present in a special structure known as ascus, and there are 8 ascospores present in one asci. Now how these 8 spores are produced, if you see over here, I've tried to explain over here. Suppose this is one cell. This first undergoes meiosis, and when it undergoes meiosis, it forms 4 haploid spores. Each 4 haploid spores undergoes mitosis once, and therefore it forms 2 more spores. So total of 8 spores, and these 8 spores are haploid. So the very first time you have seen that even the spores can be haploid, and they are known as, these spores are known as ascospores, and this is present in a special sac known as ascus. And the last type of spore is basidiospore. Basidiospore is again non-motile spore. it is also a meiospore. That means they are haploid. It undergoes meiosis division to form 4 spores. These are exogenously present. Now ascospores you saw, it was endogenous. Endogenous means it was inside the asci, but here it is not present inside any sac-like structure. It is exogenous, and they are present on short stalk-like structure known as pterygma. This pterygma is present on a club-shaped structure known as basidium. So children, these are the 7 types of spores, and when tomorrow I'll be giving you a video on phylum fungi, where the different classes of phylum is actually categorized on the base of type of spores. So you have to understand these spores first.